This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
During the next 10 minutes, you're invited to visit the refreshment stand, where you'll be greeted with fast, friendly service. You'll find hot dogs, juicy hamburgers, and mouth-watering delicious pizza. There are refreshing hot and cold beverages, ice-cold cola, and orange drink. Goes great with an order of crispy French fries. Then there's a wide selection of your favorite candies and other delicious snacks. And there's always a fresh batch of hot buttered popcorn to go with the rest of the show. So visit the refreshment stand now during this 10-minute intermission and add to your enjoyment of the movie. We're happy to have you with us tonight and hope you'll come back often. Tone, it will be just 5 minutes to showtime. There's still plenty of time to visit the refreshment stand. When you hear the tone, it will be just 3 minutes to showtime. Still time to visit the refreshment stand before the next feature starts. There's just 1 minute to showtime. After the next feature begins, the refreshment stand will continue to serve you. It will remain open, so there's still time to add to the fun of enjoying the movie. Showtime.
Hey, how's everybody going? Doing this morning? I popped in try to do another live stream, and I've got some stuff out here that I want to try to show everybody, and maybe do a better job than I did the last time. How's everybody doing today? Please feel free to come in and chat with me a little bit in the chat box. I'll try to answer any questions that get asked. I don't know who all's in right now. I know there's at least one other person besides me watching it, I think. Uh, if you're here, whoever you are, please feel free to say something to me. I'm going to show off a few things that I've done overnight. One of the things that I did not too long ago was I went ahead and finished out this figure right here. Let's see if you can see that. There we go. I painted his boot tops, and I painted his feet so they match the colors here. So that's Iguana, and I got him all painted up for you, like I want him to be. One of the questions that got asked me was where I found the armor for the figures. Well, I went to the old Evil Bay. Went into Evil Bay and I searched for Galaxy Warriors and Galaxy Fighters. I just did that simple search. I had to buy figures to get the armor, so I'll show you the figures that I actually bought here. I got a Batoon. This is actually what Batoon looks like. And you see he's got a top knot and he looks kind of goofy, and that's Batoon. And Batoon had some armor on, and I got his armor and I put it on. No, that's not Batoon. This is Baltard. I'm doing it again. I get them confused. This is Baltard. Baltard's goofy. He has a top knot. This is Batoon. Batoon looks like a pirate. He has an eye patch. They look like they might have been brothers at one time. Anyway, I bought this figure, got the armor off of him, and put it on this figure. And this is an actual Galaxy Fighters figure. It's what they looked like back in the day. Galaxy Warrior. He's a Galaxy Warrior. I got another set of armor that was on a Galaxy Fighter figure. I don't even know the name of this figure. Somebody in the chat may be able to tell me about that. Hey, Pope, I'm glad you stopped by. Pope, do you know what the name of this figure is? I don't. I know he's a Galaxy Fighter, and he came with some bad guy armor, and I got him just to get the bad guy armor and put him on Iguana here. You see, I got his feet painted finally. I did that last night before I went to bed. Oh, Pope, you're driving. I hope you're not actually watching the show while you're driving. Be real careful there, Pope. I hope you get to a place where you can actually start watching some of the content that I have going on here. One of the things I was going to do today, I was going to actually open up that Bray Wyatt figure that I bought the other day and take a look at him. and I'm going to experiment a little bit more with what I have going on over here. I know I had a lot of bumpers going on at the front of the show. I was trying to give people a chance to come in. I see we got 5 people coming in. Hey, let's see what Pope has to say. I was wondering what figures you started with when you decided to start collecting them. Well, that's an interesting question there, Pope. But let's just say that I've been collecting for a long time, and I've got Doctor Who figures that I started collecting back when I was a kid. I had all the Star Wars figures, all the GI Joes. I still have my GI Joes. Let's see, Pope. There you go. He was wondering when I started to collect. Recently, and I'm 51, so recently to me means up to 10 years ago. But recently, I got back into collecting. Started with WWE figures. I said I'm going to collect WWE figures. Well, I have a whole slew of WWE figures. I had them on display in here in the junk room a while back, but I took them off of this. I have a few of them still on display. I had my wife's camera phone set up as an extra camera, but I can't figure out how to turn the speaker off on it. So whenever it comes on, the speaker is actually active on that phone, which makes everything echo in the room, and it destroys the sound. So I don't have it on. I would show you. Back over here, I have some WWE figures on display. Uh, but after I started collecting the WWE figures, uh, the Doctor Who show was really getting popular, and character options started coming out with all the Doctor Who figures. I wish I had when I was a kid that were so much better than the DePaul figures that came out. I have a few of those, and they were just awful. And it was the only Doctor Who figures there were at the time. And I got into Doctor Who. I do have some Marvel Legends, and uh, I guess maybe 3-4 years ago I started with a superpowers collection, and I've got a pretty extensive superpower collection. I have all the figures. I have the Justice League the Justice Hall of Justice playset. I have it. I have the Batmobile, uh, Batcopter, and I have a couple of display collector cases to keep my figures in, the actual figures. And then in I guess it was the latter part of 2019, early part of 2020, I found out about Origins. And when I found out about Origins, I got really hooked because He-Man was one of my most favorite toys when I was a kid, besides Superpowers and G.I. Joe. And I was really into He-Man when I was a little kid. And when I say little kid, that was 1982. So I was 12, okay? And I enjoyed my He-Man figures, and I wanted to recreate my childhood. And that's what I did. And I thought I would show some of the things that I bought recently to hold my figures. I've actually got the old time display cases, and inside these cases, I've actually got Origins figures because they fit perfectly, and these are perfect ways to hold my figures. And I actually have 4 of these cases, and I need to get another one so that I can put my custom figures in a display case like that. I have this also, which has figures in it. Check that out. I actually had a case like this when I was a kid, and I still have it, and it's in horrible condition. But I got this case for that, and I will probably want to get another one of these cases to put the custom figures in. because they need to go in a figure case. It's not Motu, but that'd probably be pretty cool. What is my favorite Motu figure? To be honest with you, I'm a vanilla guy. My favorite Motu figure is He-Man. He-Man is absolutely my favorite figure. Next to him is Man-at-Arms, and then Skeletor, and I never liked Merman when I was a kid. I liked what he should have looked like, and that's why I have just loved the Lords of Power Merman and the LOP carded Merman. That's brought Merman back, and then Beast Man. All the original 8 are just on the top of my list. And I tell you, a figure that has a special place in my heart is old Zodak. Zodak is neutral. He is the only neutral character in the entire line, and he's hard to write for. He's hard to wrap your head around because he is not good. He's not evil. He's neutral. So how do you do that? Well, the way most of the writers got around it was that he wants to maintain the balance between good and evil. And the evil characters are the ones that are always taking the balance out of whack. So Zodak has to give the good characters something to put the balance back into place. And he can't intervene directly, so he gives them a weapon, or he gives them a vehicle, or he imparts a little bit of knowledge to them, and then he pops away. He's not going to fight. He's going to help maintain the balance, and that's just an interesting character. Back on the road, but listening. Okay, Pope. Hey, Des Fonz. Good to see you there. I'm back again, and I think I'm doing a better job this time than I did before. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on. Anybody else that's on, just feel free to pop in. I see I've got several viewers here watching. I don't know who all's watching, but come on in. Pope says my audio and video is good. That's great. If you got any questions, just ask. I think I'm going to go ahead and open up Bray Wyatt now. Take a look at him. I've been itching to open him up. So here he goes. Let's take a look at Bray here. All right. WWE Superstars includes hat and jacket. Bray Wyatt. And we'll take a look at the front there, and you can see. And then and on the back, it's got the figures that are available: Honky Tonk Man, Hollywood Hogan, Ric Flair, woo, and Bray Wyatt. So let's go ahead and open up Bray. There's a picture back here. I want to try to see if I can see what that looks like. Oh, it's the people in the audience. Okay. Here. There we go. People in the audience that are watching the wrestling show. And we're going to pull Bray out here and take a look at what he looks like. He's got, looks like an accessory taped on the back here. Get that off. Let's see what, oh, he's got, Bray comes with some extra hands. This is cool. Let's see what these extra hands look like. I can get this to open up. I'm going to have to pop out the old pocket knife here. Let's open that sucker up and see what these hands look like. Get a good place to start sawing here on it. There we go. He's got open hands with gloves on that say heal and hurt. Oh, I dropped them on the floor. I'm so old I can't see. Let's see what we got here. Where did that hand go? He's got two closed fists. There he is. Two closed fists and two open hands. And the open hands have heal and hurt written on them. So that's pretty cool. Now let's free him from his little plastic prison here and see what all he has. Oh, get that out of the way. He has. His arm popped out of the socket. Let's put it back in there. There we go. He has a soft goods jacket on, as you can see. He's got just kind of a little bow tie here that's hooked onto him with a like a piece of elastic there. And see if his hat's removable. His hat is removable. Okay. Looks like the Mad Hatter's hat. That on his back on his head. Bray Wyatt, he does not have a boot cut, but he's got his feet down here. He's got pant legs with no boot cut on them. Okay. And his feet swivel this way and they rock. He has the standard Motu articulation at the arms and everything. There we go. That's a little Bray Wyatt. Got an interesting head and sculpt, and it looks like everything is compatible. Let's see if his waist comes off. Yeah, his waist comes off just like the Motu figure. So this is an actual Motu buck up here at the top. He's got his tattoos all over his arms. And we actually have new sculpts for the bottom here with no boot cut on them. That's quite interesting. So there's Bray Wyatt. He's gonna have a place in the collection. I just don't know where yet. I'm gonna put him over here with the other custom figures that I did. So we got Bray Wyatt out. Let's see, Taylor Rain and Ryan. Taylor Ryan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Glad to see you here. I agree to take on the Origins Merman. Yeah, I waited 4 years to get that figure. Me too. Me too, brother. Me too. I think the entire line is amazing, and it is so fun to get back into collecting Master Universe Origins line as it is for me. Yes, I am really enjoying this line, and the customization is great. That's a wonderful thing to be able to customize these figures. Like the Warlord. I made Warlord the other day. I hope everybody had a chance to see him, and I'm gonna show him off one more time. I did the cape out of felt. Let me turn the speaker down. Here's a little bit of echo there. There we go. Yeah, I made Warlord, and once again, I'm gonna make a shout out to Lee's Customs. He's also known as Jay Buford. I think it's 63 on eBay. He makes these custom heads that I've been using, so that's great. Das Fawns says the Origins line's great. I hope they do it. Too bad. I'm not a fan of Too Bad. Too Bad came along after I was, I guess, too old to be playing with toys, but I never had him. But maybe they will. I mean, they're doing some great stuff. Masters Maniac Mexico. He came in on the first live stream, the Hiccup live stream, the one that was Clown World. Second live, second appearance. Oh, I love that sound. Crushing plastic. Just finished my Origins diorama. And I also gave Merman a prominent staging. So happy that they're back in the shops. Uh, Masters Maniac Mexico, if you're doing a diorama, please take some pictures of that sucker and put them up somewhere so we can all take a look at them. Uh, I don't know where all you guys like to hang out at to show off your pictures. I know that there's Flickr. I do have a Flickr, but I don't put much up there. I haven't done much with it. I have an Instagram. I've got a few pictures up there on Instagram. I don't use Instagram very much, but DeviantArt, I've got a page on DeviantArt that I've been working on for years, and I put a lot of my stuff up there. If you've watched any of my videos, if you run over to the DeviantArt page, you'll see some of the photographs that I actually used in those videos. Hey, Dean Rock, welcome. I'm glad to see you here in the chat. Like I said, if anybody's got any questions you want to ask, just feel free to hop in and ask questions. If you want to see any other figures that I have besides Motu figures, I do those. Uh, I'm gonna try something here in just a minute. I'm gonna try to share a screen. I'm gonna show you some of the places where you can get in touch with me, and I'm gonna see how that works out. So first thing I'm gonna do is And here I'm back on the stream again. Oh, we can't. Oh, we can't hit. You couldn't hear me. Oh, I know what was going on there. When I'm sharing the screen, it's using the laptop over here, and I've got all the audio and video shut off on that thing so that it doesn't interfere with things. Uh, Thanks, Masters Maniac. I'm sorry. I was trying to do that, and I couldn't do it because when I started sharing the screen, it muted this off. So uh, we'll try it again a different way and see how that works out. Let's see, share screen window. Now share that. Now then, can you hear me? Yeah, I think so. All right. I'll go over all that one more time. There's always little hiccups. Okay, so here's the blog. I was showing off my weirdos. There's Huey Hut Rod. And then showed off my Facebook page. I want everyone to try to see, be able to contact me different ways. So my Facebook page basically tells you whenever I post it to the blog. Same thing on Twitter. I don't interact on Twitter. So, you can send me DMs and stuff on Twitter. I probably would be able to respond to them, but I don't interact with people on Twitter at all. All I do is promote my content. Here's my DeviantArt page. That's where I post a lot of my pictures. You can see some of the behind the scenes pictures from some of the videos that I made here. Just some wonderful stuff there. And I have an Instagram. If you go back up to the blog at the top where it says connect, you'll see different ways to connect with me. You can go to my home page. You can click the contact button, which will bring up a contact form. You fill out your name, put your real email address on there so I can actually, email you back and give me a message and send that off, and that's how that works. So the next thing, let's see, right over here, the connect, all the ways to get to me are right here on the connect. If you look at the YouTube page over here in the corner, there's links to those things. And yeah, I have a NeoCities page. You can contact me through my NeoCities page if you have access to NeoCities. I love NeoCities. It's a revival of old GeoCities, but it's interactive, so people can interact with each other. But Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures does have a presence there on NeoCities, and I do have a few followers there. So those are different ways that I can be contacted. So if you want to try to contact me, feel free to use those methods. I will try to respond to you as quickly as I can. I do have an email address. That contact form on the blog sends it to that email address. If you can't remember it, hit the blog, go to the contact page and contact me there. But my email address is weirdfantastictoys@airmail.cc. What is airmail, you might ask? It's a free service by a company called cock.li. And they give you as many free email addresses as you can stand to have, and you can have some really awful sounding email addresses if you want them there. I really don't care what people do as far as that goes. I just use the free email service. I smoke. I'm going to smoke. I hope I don't offend anybody by smoking, but hey, that is what it is. Oh, let's see here. There he is. Never mind. I had so many failures and still have them, but it's not our generation. My computer was the professor from Texas Instruments. You know, speaking of Texas, I remember that. I remember that toy. I may have even had the professor from Texas Instruments, but my very first computer was a TI 99-4A. I had that when I was a kid, and I had all kinds of goo-goos and gadgets to hook up to it, and a few couple of video games that mom bought me, and but that brings the Texas Instruments just brings back some memories there. Hey, Dean Rock, I don't know if I said hey to you when you popped in. I appreciate you being here. Looks like I still have about 5 people in my chat. How long have we been on? We've been on about 41 minutes. Last time I only did about 30. If anybody has any questions, want to ask me, go feel free. Uh, some people ask me what I've been asked uh, what I do for a living. I'm actually a machinist. I actually started out. I worked for 20 years in education, working at a college library as a lab assistant there, a media specialist, and college got into financial trouble and let some people go, and I was part of that group, and I had to change my profession. And now I'm a machinist. I don't make near the money I did before, which is why I told you before I'm going to have to use Streamlabs, and probably going to have to get used to Streamlabs' little logo there in the corner and figure out what all I can do for free and how long I can do it for on Streamlabs. Um, I don't beg for money. So I'm not begging anybody for any money. I'm not going to do it. Patreon, all that stuff. I know that's how the big YouTubers do it. I know that, but it's not in my nature to beg. So I'm not begging anybody for any money. I'm going to continue doing what I do with all of my free stuff. I don't have Photoshop. I use GIMP. Uh, how do I make my videos? I make my videos with as many free tools as I can get my hands on. I actually string that stuff together up with Microsoft Movie Maker. I even do the animation with that. I know there's easier ways to do this, but I'm not popping out any money for it. Let's see. Masters Maniac Mexico. VIC 20 from Commodore was my first real computer. Not much more than a calculator, though. The VIC 20 was a powerful computer if you knew how to program it. And I used to make basic programs all the time, and it was fun. And there was even magazines with programs that you type them in by hand, and you would save them on a cassette tape, and you would load them back up over the cassette tape, and it sounded like a modem. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I remember those days. It was a lot of fun. Let's see. It's 12 hours a month of free streaming with up to 5 guests. I do it like that as well. Okay, Masters Maniac Mexico. I'm going to have to check out your channel and try to pop in on one of your live streams. I don't know how often you do it, and I haven't had time to think up a schedule, but I don't I don't know how often I'm going to live stream. Probably whenever I get a wild hair up my butt, I'll probably do it. I'm mostly on weekends. During the week, I'm exhausted when I come home from work, and I don't do a whole lot more than just watch YouTube. YouTube is my new television. I mean, I cast my YouTube to my TV, and that's how I do it. So I just watch YouTube, and I like interacting with the people there. Once again, I'm going to make a shout out. Ancient Order of Men, John Paul Revere. You don't know it, but you're the guy who made me want to do a live stream myself, because watching the stuff that you can do is just absolutely amazing. I don't know how you do it, but it's great. Uh, so if you want to watch an interesting group of people that are, it's a really tight group. Ancient Order of Men is a great group, and it's on YouTube. And the guy who runs it is called John Paul Revere, and he comes up with some of the most hilarious stuff. It's funny. So check that out if you ever get a chance. Masters Maniac says, if I'm alone, I stream directly via YouTube, always free and an unlimited time frame. Okay. Okay. I looked at that and I haven't even tried the YouTube one, but I might check it out later. Let's see. See, I do a lot of handcrafting and modeling on the channel, usually live, but very small and also non-commercial. I just practice my hobby and escapism. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Do I play with my toys? Is a question I get asked. Well, heck yeah, I play with my toys. If you watch those videos, where I reenacted the mini comics with the figures, though, that's me playing with my toys, man. I love my toys. I love creating customs. I love painting stuff. Many of you may have seen my custom painted vintage Castle Grayskull. I love that thing. Somebody asked me a long time ago, and I'm going to reach up there and get it. How did I get that minaret that sits on top of the castle? Pop that sucker off because I got it stuck on there with some magician's wax. Here it is. I made this from Sculpey and baked that sucker in the oven. And he sits on top of the castle, stuck on with a little bit of magician's wax. What is magician's wax? All of you muggles might want to know. It's just wax. It originally, I think it was probably just old beeswax, but you can get that stuff from Penguin Magic, and it's cheap, and it'll hold guns and accessories and figures' hands, and it comes off just as easy as it can be. It's kind of like I guess museum wax. It's probably about the same thing, but I use that on the bottom of figures' feet to make them stick and stand up, and I love some magician's wax. Let's see. What Dasfon says, who doesn't play with the toys? That's what brings them to life. Yes. And you need to get those suckers out of their packages as soon as you get them, so they can breathe. They're suffocating in those packages. Toys were made to be played with. Toys were made to be played with, and we're not too old to play with our toys, folks. We're not too old to play with our toys. So, so what do you guys collect besides Motu? Because, right now my channel exploded because of Motu Origins. Everybody started coming in because of Motu Origins. Motu Origins is not the only thing I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to continue doing what I do. I'm going to do my monster scenes. I'm going to do all kinds of different stuff. And Doctor Who, I've got Marvel Legends that I've got. I've got a bunch of stuff that I haven't even taken out of package that I probably need to do live streams with me opening that stuff up. I've got Star Wars stuff. I've got Black Series Star Wars. I do a lot of handcrafting. I make diorama scenes. There was a guy a while back, Phil, who had a site called AFT Downloads, and AFT stands for Action Figure Theater, and he did web comics with his Doctor Who action figures, and he made backdrops and scenes for those web comics, and he offered those very backdrops and scenes as downloads on a site called AFT Downloads. And you could download these printables, print them out on cardstock, cut them out, put them together, and make different scenes for Doctor Who. Let's see. The vintage Thundercats are displayed in front of the original Thundercats wallpaper. Okay. You're into Thundercats? I never watched the Thundercats, but I know a lot of people love Thundercats. I never was really into Thundercats. Let's see. Masters Maniac Mexico says, I really love Thundercats, Power Rangers, Aliens, and horror. I'm big time into Mexican bootleg. I've seen some Mexican bootleg figures. Mexican bootleg figures have a oh, if I had the money, I would probably collect Mexican bootleg figures, because Mexican bootleg figures are the bomb, man. I love Mexican bootleg figures. Aliens, and I don't know if you're just talking about aliens in general, or if you're talking about aliens like from the movie Alien. My daughter is big into the movie Alien, and she just loves everything that she can get with aliens, figures, books, comics. I never was that big in the movie. I like the movie, but not like she does. One of these days, I'll have to get her to come on with me and show off her alien figure collection. So we've been on now for getting close, about 10 minutes from the top of the hour. I'm probably gonna cut this short here when the hour comes up. Been on an hour. If there's anything you guys want to ask now before I end the broadcast. And I'm probably going to end it with my usual stinger at the end, so that I can put an end screen on there. It's starting to rain outside. When it starts to rain, our internet gets kind of so I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay on or not, but it's great having you guys here. This live stream was not the clown show that the last one was, and I'm hoping to get better each time I do this. If I can figure out how to turn the external speaker off on my wife's iPhone, I would have a third phone, a camera, so that I could show the desk over here. But right now, that's just not an option. But because this shotgun mic that I have here on this camera, it's not the best shotgun mic, but it's picking up sound pretty good, and it'll pick up, even though that little phone, I've got the sound turned down as low as it'll go. It was picking it up and echoing all over the place. I didn't want a repeat of that because it sounded terrible. But anyway, let's see. Oh, Ghostbusters toys are also on display. Yes, I've got the real Ghostbusters toys. I've got a Firehouse. I've got an Ecto 1 and an Ecto 1A vintage. I have all the 4 original Ghostbuster figures vintage with their accessories, and I have the new releases that they did here a couple of years ago, still on card. I need to bring those out at some time and then open them up and do comparisons. I have all this stuff in my mind I want to do, but there's not enough time to do it all, and I just it's hard. I've got a couple of ideas that I want to do for some more stop motion mini comics with Motu. Let's see. You would not need a dime for your bootlegs. Well, we better swap us a lot of stuff to Open by Chance, their toy museum off of free. I just love the internet. Try to mess on the channel, and there we go. Internet. Sorry. Yeah. Well, Masters Maniac, we'll try to get together sometime and do a chat. It says Masters Maniac Mexico. I assume you're in Mexico, but I think, if I remember correctly, you actually said that you were Germany. Are you in Germany? I don't know if English is your second language or not. Just answer me out there in the chat if you get a chance. But anyway, yeah. Uh, I am German, but living in Mexico. That's cool. Okay, you're a German living in Mexico. I bet that's fun. I bet that's fun. I am med here. I assume that means that you're a medical person, maybe. Okay, pretty cool. Uh, yeah, we're getting close to the top of the hour. Fixing to get ready to sign off here. Hope everybody had a good time with this live chat. A lot better than the last one. Uh, I'd like to do one a week. I'm not going to be able to do one every day, and I'm certainly not going to be able to do what Jerry Hambley does and make 5, 7, 10 videos a day and pop them up on here. Are you a doctor? A medical doctor? That's cool. I mean, hey, kudos, man. We need medical doctors. All right, guys. I'm gonna sign off here and put the stinger in there so that I can add my end screens later. And have a good one, everybody. If you enjoyed today's adventure, please hit like and subscribe and share the video. Thank you.